I'll second.
And then I think we still need to do a roll call.
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson,
Aye.
Trustee Gorgon,
Face
Okay.
bar.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs, Trustee Cox.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Review of November and December bills.
So you have both November and December in there, as Joe said. You will see, or you are seeing, some of the expenses associated with our flood. You know, we had it all. We had all the things in 2020, right? We had fire in our parking lot. We had flood in our building. We had pandemic. We had all of it. So remember, we scheduled to replace some carpet anyway. We had already scheduled to replace some. And then as a result of the flood, another portion of our carpet was also replaced. Some of that overlapped. So some of it got replaced as a result of the flood. We also had to replace, they stripped off all of the base. So you're seeing that on there as well. We were lucky we didn't have to take off, and I think I've covered this with most of you, but we didn't have to take off any of the drywall. So because we were in here when it happened and the response was very, very quick, we lucked out. So we had the mitigation costs, and I'd already covered kind of all of that with you, but you're starting to see some of those things on here, including that carpet. So I just wanted to call that out to you. Be happy to answer any other questions that you might have.
If there aren't any questions, is there a motion to approve? Do we need to do those individually, or can we just do them together?
You can do them both together if you'd like, yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve November and December bills.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Okay, Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson,
Yes.
Trustee Gorgon,
Aye.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs,
Aye.
and Trustee Cox.
Aye.
All right. November, December financial report.
So you've got both November and December's financial report, as Joe mentioned. Remember that this is December as of December 31st. So we'll still have a couple of outstanding things like revenues. We haven't received our payment from IVC School District. We have that one student that we provide service for. And typically we bill them in 3 cycles. Well, this is a year where everything is thrown out the window, right? So we didn't bill them until December because we didn't really even know what it would be, right? How many service days we would have, all of that. So we're still waiting on that payment. We do have a few, kind of outstanding payments. Typically, most of those are wrapped up by December. This is a weird year, right? And everybody's been kind of impacted differently. So nothing huge, but that IVC one is our big one. We have not received any reimbursement from the insurance company for the flood stuff yet. That's still in process. But beyond that, this is fairly close to kind of where you would see end of year. So you will see, I think we're waiting on one ACA check, American Camping Association check, right, Brooke? And then that flood reimbursement from the insurance company. So.
Are there any other questions for Katie? If not, is there a motion to approve the financial reports for November, December?
I'll say your interest line item looks about like our interest line items look right now. I'll make a motion. Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the income statement for December 31st.
Second.
Roll call.
Hey, Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson,
Yes.
Trustee Gorgon,
Aye.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs,
Aye.
and Trustee Cox.
Aye.
All right, director's report.
We last met in November. We didn't have a December meeting. When we met in November, I think the governor had just announced that we were rolling back, right? And we needed to pause our in-person programming. Since then, we've been doing virtual programming, which has had kind of small but mighty and growing interest in that. It's been really good. It's pushed us outside our comfort zone, which is always a good thing to do. But obviously, as of the 15th, as I'm sure you all know, the governor then switched us back, which is a good challenge to have. And then we made a change again in tier that same weekend. We are rolling out a mixture of in-person and virtual programming for February. And then we'll put out kind of a March and April slate in February. We anticipate, and I think I've mentioned this before, that we will have some level of virtual programming or virtual participation options through the end of this year. Like I stated when we talked about the budget, we have budgeted for the mitigations to happen through the end of May. I know we will have summer camp, but we typically launch summer camp registration in January to be able to give people lots of opportunities to get registered, get on payment plans, things of that nature. Given the current situation, we went ahead and just pushed that back. So we'll launch in probably late February. I'm sorry, we typically do it in January. I misspoke. We'll launch in late February. I think that'll be better for us. I think it'll be better for our participants. There's a lot of questions for people right now. For some of the Peoria school kids, they're just starting back from a long, practically a year of remote, right? So it'll allow them to get a good month of in-person school under their belt, and maybe have a little more comfort in registering for an in-person camp program. Shane, I think you asked the question before. We utilize an instructor system in our camps, and we've got a art instructor, a music instructor, a PE and movement instructor, a social skills instructor. So we're going to offer both in-person camp program, but then have those instructors cycle out to virtual programming once a week. So those folks who can't come in person will potentially have that virtual option as well to do something most days of the week. And it won't be a full camp day, which a full virtual camp day would be too much for our participants, but there will be virtual options that we're working on. Right now, we've just actually installed a couple of cameras in what was our computer lab to use as like a Zoom room so that we can do our virtual programming at a little higher quality and utilize that this summer as well. So we anticipate launching camps late February, which I think will be a good time to do that. I anticipate that registration will probably be a little bit slow to start, but we'll see how it goes.
Katie, what's your plan for staffing?
For staffing, we are just reaching out to returners to offer them the opportunity to reapply. A certain portion of our staff are still on our payroll because they do, programming that we do throughout the school year. So we usually work with those folks first. Any returners, then we will hire back based on interest and application. Then we will advertise to the general public open positions. And right now we're looking at about 75%, or that's kind of the target we have right now, but we intend to, like we usually do, be very nimble. We've always had to be very nimble with staffing because of the way we staff for particularly our Camp Free to Be program anyway. Camp Free to Be, we staff for the person. So we assign a ratio to the person based on their support needs, and we staff for the person anyway. So we've sort of always been able to, it's a lot easier to predict every other year than it is this year, Joel. but we've always had to be somewhat nimble anyway.
Now, Katie, do we have any diversity goals for minority hiring?
We always are working towards minority hiring. Last year, we kind of launched a goal to work with Carl Cannon's ELITE program, and that didn't play out because of pandemic issues. We have reached out to him again, but haven't solidified anything because of just the lack of in-person stuff. So we don't have particular action steps right now that seem to be panning out. Because of a lot of the challenges the pandemic is causing us. But we are certainly always looking to diversify our workforce.
Okay. Is there any goals set in place for that, towards that end?
We do not have a specific goal, no.
Goals to do that as part of the a plan or some sort to, to meet that expectation?
We do not have a specific diversity hiring goal, no.
Okay, I see.
Any other questions?
If there aren't any other questions, we can move to new business. And it looks like we're review the 2021 meeting schedule.
You have in your packet the proposed 2021 meeting dates. As it indicates on there, we typically meet the third Wednesday of every month. Peoria Park District's habit is to meet the second and fourth Wednesday, and they also have a long-standing kind of tradition of rescheduling to that third Wednesday a couple of times a year because of holidays or things that impact their schedule. When that happens, it has always been our tradition to move to the Tuesday. So I've indicated those Tuesdays, those pre-planned Tuesdays that are on there, just to make sure that you have that information. Other than the ones marked Tuesday, everything else is a Wednesday.
Any questions or concerns about the meeting schedule? If not, move on to the appointment of the 2021 chair and vice chair.
Do you want to adopt the meeting schedule with a roll call vote?
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2021 meeting schedule.
I'll second.
We'll do a roll call.
Okay. Am I unmuted? Okay. Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Dickerson,
Yes.
Trustee Gorgon,
Aye.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs,
Aye.
and Trustee Cox.
Aye.
Okay, now we can move on to the 2021 appointment chair and vice chair.
Yeah, typically we have you as a board have elected to kind of just go in a rotation. It's been a very, informal process thus far in the time I've been here. And I gave you the current list. It's in your packet, and you'll note on the bottom, there's like a little acronym, and that's the order that we've always gone in. So that's how I remember the order. If you look at the bottom of that board member list, there's an MCPW. Well, we currently have a Peoria trustee as a chair and a Washington trustee as a vice chair. In the past, 18 years that I've been here, you've traditionally cycled the chair. This is certainly to your discretion, but cycled the vice chair to the chair, and then it would go the next in order. So Morton, you would be up. I feel like there should be a drum roll there, but you could certainly change that if you so chose, but that has typically how it's gone, and that's how I keep track of it in that really complicated way.
I
That would
can't
be Mr.
imagine
Dickerson.
not sticking to tradition.
I make a motion to appoint Kevin Yates as the chair.
Chair
That-
and vice chair.
That is the other way that we do it. It's anybody, if you're not there, right?
I rescind my motion.
So normally it would be you then, Mr. Dickerson, is that correct?
No, me.
No, it'd be Brian
Oh.
Tibbs.
Oh, Tubbs.
Tibbs. Yep.
I mean,
I'll make a
Tibbs.
motion to appoint Brian Tibbs as the 2021 chair.
And then vice chair would be Morton. So we can take them separately or together. That's up to you.
I'll make the motion to appoint Joel vice chair.
I'll second the motion.
Yeah.
The double motion. Yeah.
I'm not even sure how to put that in the minutes, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
I know.
Appointed, motioned.
And Joe seconded, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So do we need to do individual roll calls for each of those, or can we do them together?
I think we can probably do one roll call together.
Okay.
Okay.
So do a roll call to approve the chair and vice chair for 2021.
Okay. Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson,
Yes.
Trustee Gorgon, Trustee
Sorry, aye, yes.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs,
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Aye.
So am I off the hook now? Does
You're
Mr.
off
Tibbs take take over right now?
No, next time.
It is
Okay.
it is not an immediate transfer of power.
Okay.
We have our own pomp and circumstance.
There has to be a ceremony. I mean, certainly.
We have our own pomp and circumstance. Plus, like, if you transfer over the power, Brian, I mean, I think your clock starts right then, so you get the shortest meeting then. right?
Yeah.
I think Joe just wants to do a virtual mic drop.
Okay. Is there any pending business?
None.
Any citizens request to address the board?
None.
Correspondence?
Nope.
In other business, I did want to call the board's attention that actually my fifth grade teacher reached out to me recently, and she represents the Pilot Club of Peoria, and she has a potential grant opportunity that she was telling me about. She's going to forward me the application, and I'm going to get it to you, Katie.
Fantastic.
And that's really all the details I have right now. I don't know.
All right. Forward it on to me. I'll figure everything out.
Sounds good.
I should mention too, I did fail to mention this in my director's report that, and I think I sent you all an email to this regard, but in case you missed it, the HISRA staff were placed in Group 1A for immunizations. And so we have been able to offer that opportunity to our staff. It is not required, it's not a requirement. We are highly encouraging staff to do that. So our staff had just started scheduling that as the health department just reached out to us last week. So I think a few of us got in. They're expecting another allotment from the CDC here fairly quickly, and they'll open up more appointments then. So the remaining staff that haven't been able to schedule will hopefully be able to schedule then. So
It's great.
Are we still in other business?
yes.
Yes.
I would like to see some goals put in place as to what we're going to be doing about minority hiring. I think an organization should reflect the people that it serves. And in that we have any, I would like to get some type of direction or goals or how are you going to address that issue, Ms. Cleve, if that's possible.
I will certainly follow the board's direction in regard to that. Absolutely.
Okay, and I don't know what the new board, what the board thought is, how they feel about it. But I think that's important.
I think about a year ago, we asked Katie to look into this, and the candidate pool for minorities was extremely small. I mean, like very, very small. And she looked at some state organizations, through, I think it was CTRS, Certified Therapy Rec Specialists, and polled some of the local colleges, and just the candidate pool for people that would qualify for our jobs was very, very small, like extremely small. That doesn't mean we can't have goals and try that. I just like it's when the candidate pool is, I think I recall 2% is that just people that graduate with a therapeutic rec degree, if that's the degree that we're after. So that is not a lot of candidates.
Robert, are you talking about professional and paraprofessional positions?
Yeah, and or, yes, correct, Lori, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, and or, either one.
Okay.
I remember the other item that we ended up discussing as far as minority employment for HISRA was concerned is that, you know, when you count in female as being a minority hiring, we have a pretty diverse workforce there as far as that goes, and as well as people with disabilities as well, right? Katie, wasn't that kind of where we came to?
We definitely we seek to employ in particularly entry level, but any position, but particularly entry level positions, candidates with disabilities every year, because we believe that one of the things that we do particularly each summer, right, is we help put better professionals out there for all kinds of later employment in life. We have folks who, you know, I've been here over 18 years, and at this point, you know, we've got folks in all aspects of business types that are working in professional, skilled trades, things of all that nature. And, you know, we really believe that part of our job each year, and particularly in the summer, is to help build better professionals as well. And Robert, I think that's part of what you're kind of getting at a little bit too. So, you know, I did reach out last year to the elite program to try to target very specifically some diversity hiring, and that unfortunately did not materialize in the way that Carl and I had planned because of the pandemic. So I'm hoping to be able to put a little more meat under that. We haven't quite started our hiring yet. So I would I'd be more than happy to discuss, you know, if there are particular, like, there's a particular shape to the goal you'd like to help me, you know, put together. But yeah, we do hire people with disabilities on a regular basis, typically in part-time. We've had people in full-time jobs too. That candidate pool is pretty small as well. So yes.
And I state that, and I know December was my 25th year here at the Park District, and I know this organization here. There seems like there's been some challenges getting minorities to work there, and I think I have some ideas that Shalise could help you out also as well. And there's another organization here in Peoria. I can't think of the name. I think she knows, that could help with whether it's paraprofessional or professional.
Yeah, I would welcome any conversation with Shalise. Robert, you had reached out to me at one point prior to hiring a previous professional position, and I did reach out to Shalise with that request at that time, seeking out her help. Just so you're aware of that. I mean, I definitely. Yeah,
you did. I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I definitely did do that and sought her help in that regard, in regard to recruitment. And that, you know, it's something we typically have a, you know, somewhat diverse workforce in the summer with a lot of different types of diversity. And, you know, because of our particular focus group, we do focus specifically on hiring some positions of people who have disabilities. And we think that that's something that, you know, we want to remain focused on. That doesn't mean we can't focus on other things as well.
All right, thank you. But I just wanted to bring this up to the forefront, so that we can maybe some of the board members may have some suggestions also as well, with some of your contacts and people that you may know in your areas. You know, I have no further questions.
Anybody else have anything for other business? If not, it looks like that's all that's on the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Cassidy,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson,
Aye.
Trustee Dickerson,
Yes.
Trustee Gargan,
Aye.
Trustee Plaker,
Aye.
Trustee Tibbs,
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Aye.
All right.
And Mr. Tibbs and Mr. Dickerson, you all have a great week and congratulations.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Aye.
Aye. And Katie, I'm going to get that. She said to look out for it by the end of the month. So she's
Sure.
sending it through regular mail. So whenever I get it, I'll just, are you usually at HISRA?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll just swing it by the facility and
Okay.
drop it off to you and you can take it from there.
Yeah. Do people still regular mail, Joe?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was like in the process of giving her my email and she was like, well, I'm going to send it by snail mail. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, not a problem. Yeah, I just,